Headed off to Division I Richmond Spiders next year. DeVito with a long career at first base, as that pitch in the dirt for ball 2, 2-2 the count. But DeVito has moved to the outfield to utilize his athleticism this season, where he will probably play outfield in college. Fouls that one off, does Kaufman, stays alive at 2-2. DeVito fighting off a little bit of heel trouble. So
Mamaroneck
at first base.
Starting lineup are seniors except for the center fielder, Pavemba. They're all seniors.
Yes, it is an entirely senior.
Except for Pavemba, the junior.
Lineup except for Pavemba.
In center field. So this is the year for the Tigers.
Ball 3 in the dirt. Draws the count full, 3-2.
Good at bat so far by Kaufman. See a lot of the ace, Anvar.
And that pitch is high and outside, so Kaufman works out a walk to lead off the inning here in the first. That'll bring up the left fielder, senior Jack Shiner, batting from the right side as Kaufman takes a lead off first. Pitch is low and he's going. Throw is high to Boswell, and Kaufman is in safe with the stolen base.
The throw is just a little lower, he would have had him. Just a little high, and a great jump by Kaufman. And the first pitch, nonetheless, to get in scoring position with no outs here. See what they do with their number 2 hitter. Then they bunt. No surprise there, but he pulled back, but it was a strike.
Evens the count at 1-1.
I imagine it'll be on again, although he is back in the box here. Nope.
A little high and outside there, 2-1. Low in the dirt. 3-1 the count now to Shiner, with Noah Weber, the first baseman, on deck. Pitch down the pipe, draws the count full, 3-2.
Vintage ace pitch there, needing a strike, and he gets it.
And he thought that that ball was outside, but Anvar puts him down looking. And the ump has some words for Shiner, who seemed to anger him with either a look or a comment.
No, he said, "Don't you dare point, Steve. Don't you dare point." So he didn't like that he was pointing at that the pitch that he thought it was outside, that he was pointing there. And
today's umpires deal with enough static. They do not need to be shown up by the batter. So the first out of the inning, down looking, and Cringdon will go out and talk to his ace about what their planning is and how they'll handle this batter with the runner on second. So as I mentioned, that'll bring up the first baseman, senior Noah Weber. First pitch misses for ball 1. That one finds the plate. So the count even at 1-1. Anvar looks the runner back to second, and the off-speed pitch fools him as he swings right through that. 1-2. That pitch finds the strike as well, and they're looking to get him out, and they do for the double play.
Wow. Napping at second.
As Kaufman was sleeping as he strolled back to second base and did not realize the throw was coming. So that'll wipe out the runner, and Anvar faces the minimum here in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning here on LMC Media.
Large Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows.
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
How-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Stephen Astis and Charlie McGraw back with you at Mamaroneck High School for varsity baseball action here at Manchester Field. Leading off the game for Mamaroneck is their star hitter, number 7, Chris DeVito. He sees the first pitch from Thomas Chestnut, the sophomore righty, outside for ball 1.
Watching Chestnut warm up, he's got an interesting delivery where he throws from.
And a line drive into center field for a leadoff single for DeVito. That'll bring up the senior third baseman, number 23, Joey Casper, who has been scorching hot at the plate all season long. Sees a strike at the knees. 0-1. Lays the ball down and not able to beat it out, but the sac bunt gets DeVito over to second. 1 away. That'll bring up senior co-captain Ryan McIntyre, a 4-year starter on varsity. He's had a stellar season himself at the plate and in the field.
With the late square, looked like he was going for the bunt single, but it worked as a sac bunt, and good execution by Scarsdale as they threw him out. The third baseman Weber to the second baseman Reed.
That ball went about 50 feet wide of Cahaley, so the wild pitch will send DeVito over to third base. 1-0 the count. That pitch just outside, 2-0 the count.
Just missed.
Long fly ball. And it is a no-doubter. Crushes that one over the left field fence for a 2-run home run. He really teed off on that one, Charlie.
That was a moonshot. He just hit it high, and I thought it was going to go even a little further, but it landed on the track. I think that's the JV team out there, and one of them caught it on the fly.
It is the JV team getting a little BP in before their season finale.
They caught it on the fly, gave it to the left fielder, but I thought it was going to maybe reach. It was right in front of the batting cage out there, but that was a no-doubter as a moon. And it was the shortest part in the park, basically, so that fence 302 down the line, he hit it to the spot where it's 310. That's foul.
The second baseman, Boswell, fouls that one off down the right field line out of play.
Right near our van. That was a moonshot by McIntyre. High and hit it to the right spot of the ballpark. And it's short down there, 302. But he hit it about 310, and then he hit it 320 probably.
Fouled that one straight back, so the count now 0-2 to Boswell. Chopper to second base, fielded cleanly. The throw in time by Reed. So that'll be the second out of the inning, and now at the plate is the power hitter, Zach Cringdon. We mentioned in our last broadcast how Cringdon had the dramatic bottom of the 9th home run to break an extra innings tie with Rye earlier this season.
That game was on LMC, right? Or no? No, missed that.
No, I don't believe so. There is an MHS Athletics YouTube page that has been created for streaming purposes due to COVID.
Oh, that was the video where you couldn't really see the ball, but you just saw the celebration.
Exactly.
I saw that, yeah.
Cringdon chased that high fastball and fouled it straight back. 1-1. Rocket shot off the glove of Chestnut. Redirected past the second baseman Reed, so a safe single for Cringdon. Brings up the Player of the Week nominee, Zach Marone, the senior first baseman DH, playing the DH role today. He's hit 2 home runs in the past week, including a gorgeous 400-foot home run, 2-run shot against White Plains that got the scoring started against a tough White Plains pitcher, Kent. Cringdon takes a healthy lead. And another shot handled by the second baseman. He flips it to the shortstop, Carroll, and that will end the first inning. So a gorgeous moonshot, as Charlie McGraw puts it, for Ryan McIntyre. Gets Mamaroneck on the board. At the end of one, it's 2-0. Mamaroneck over Scarsdale. We'll be back in just a moment.
The LMC Media Production Van is a fully equipped mobile production unit. This custom-built van has cutting-edge professional video and telecommunications technology, high-definition cameras, and accommodates a full production crew. Interviews and events can be easily live-streamed from remote locations to the LMC cable channels and social media. This mobile unit allows for broadcasting from anywhere in our tri-municipal community and beyond. Sporting events, graduations, concerts, festivals, parades, and more. The LMC Media Production Van is ready to go whenever you need it.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
Back here at Manchester Field for the top of the second. Leading off the inning is the junior co-captain, Ryan Cahaley, a college baseball prospect who also had a fantastic season at tight end for the Scarsdale Raiders football team. He takes the ball low and outside, 1-0 the count. Cahaley had a monster home run yesterday to account for the only run scored against Mamaroneck. As that ball is high, they play their games this season at Purchase College, as Willard B. Dean Field is under construction this year at Scarsdale High School. A hard shot up the middle breaks up the no-hitter for Anvar.
When I played my one season for Purchase College many years ago, it was a grass field, but I know now it's a turf field.
Yes, a gorgeous new turf field. Well, it's been around for several years now.
About 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah, not that you're that old, Charlie.
It was 2009 when I played. It was a nice grass field, but I think all the fields are turf now, and but still, yeah, no, a nice. But that's still like 10, 15 minutes from Scarsdale, so.
Now batting the pitcher, number 15. Thomas Chestnut.
But the fences are college distance, so that had to be an impressive home run by Cahaley yesterday.
Lays down the sack. Cringdon bare hands it and gets the lead runner at second. A beautiful play by the Cortland-bound catcher, Cringdon.
So that's a fielder's choice by the pitcher, Chestnut, 2-6 instead of a sack bunt. And the man is is an allowed second.
That'll bring up the sophomore shortstop, Patrick Carroll. Thinks about offering at that first pitch. The off-speed pitch drops in for strike one.
Good repertoire mixing pitches by Anvar so far. Nice.
Oh,
beautiful.
Nasty breaking ball. Over for strike two. Anvar has been on point all season, and they'll need his pitching heading into the postseason, as Anvar has no choice but to go to first with that chopper in front of the mound. And Carroll will limp back to the dugout. Looks like he might have pulled a groin there as he heads back in. He's a little hobbled. Now batting the second baseman, William Reed, who fielded the ball that ended the bottom of the first. Fastball gets past Reed. 0-1. Anvar looks him back, but no throw.
Seven hitter here for Scarsdale, and the 7-hitter from Mamaroneck will lead off next at the bottom of this inning.
Reed swings over the top of that breaking ball, 0-2. And swings through that one to go down swinging, ending the top of the second. So Anvar gives up a single to Cahaley. Aside from that, a rather clean inning for the Mamaroneck ace. And we'll be back with the bottom of the second here on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Back for the second inning, bottom of the second rather. Leading off the inning is the center fielder, number 17, the only junior in the starting lineup, George Pavemba. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it down and away. 0-1.
His head came off there as he really looked like he wanted to crush it, and still amazing he got a piece of it with his head out of position.
Pavemba was 1 for 2 yesterday with 2 runs scored as he looks at strike 2.
Thought it was low. It's close.
Dangerous pitch to watch there, but he gets the call, so the ball 1 makes it 1-2 on the count from Chestnut. And that one is low, below the knees. Count even at 2-2.
He'll be followed by Mac Morgan. And then Simon Worth, 7-8-9 for the Tigers.
Fouls that one off his foot. Stays alive at 2-2. Pavemba has played a very solid center field in place of Chris DeVito and has contributed on many different occasions here this season.
As DeVito's playing first now.
DeVito moving to first because of the heel trouble I had mentioned. Slices that one to first base. And Weber fields it and takes it himself for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up, as Charlie mentioned, the senior right fielder, Mac Morgan, who had the pleasure of recording all 3 outs in 1 inning during our broadcast in that exciting 4-0 3-hit shutout against White Plains last week that Anvar pitched.
He was in right field that day too.
He was. He is the starting right fielder.
That's rare. Right fielder to make all 3 outs in 1 inning.
Leaves that one outside the plate, 2-0. The defense for Mamaroneck has been stout all season long. However, they did have 1 game, their only loss of the season. They committed 6 errors in the book. I had heard a rumor there were 8, but whatever the amount, it was way too many, and it cost them their only loss of the year so far.
It was at White Plains, right?
Yes. 3-0 count to Morgan. He watches strike 1 down the pipe. He'll definitely have the green light here against Chestnut. Grounder to second base. Fielded cleanly by Reed, and Morgan does his level best to speed through the bag, but he is a step slow. And that is the second out of the inning. 2 away now as Simon Worth, the left fielder, comes to bat.
Good job by William Reed there. It looked like it was to stay with it, and he got the play and made the throw, despite Morgan busting it down the line. Bunts.
Worth lays a bunt beautifully down the third baseline, but it takes a backward spin, and Cahaley barehands it just like his position mate Cringdon did, and fires down to first base to get the final out of the inning. So a solid bunt attempt by Worth is snuffed out, and Cahaley ends the inning here, or we will head to the top of the third. The score is Mamaroneck 2, Scarsdale nothing, here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Back here at Manchester Field, Stephen Astis and Charlie McGraw bringing you Mamaroneck Varsity Baseball. The opponent today is the Scarsdale Raiders. Bijan Anvar now facing the right fielder, senior John Hainish. That ball gets away from Anvar, 1-0.
With the caught stealing in the first inning, which wound up facing the minimum and then just 4 faced, it's 8-9-1 for Scarsdale here.
Anvar blazes a fastball in there for strike 1, evening the count at 1-1. Follows that up with a rather slick looking off speed pitch, drops in for strike 2. And Hainish swings at strike 3 there. He didn't have much of a chance at that changeup. Goes down swinging, 1 away. That'll bring up number 23, Benjamin Hexter. And he looks at strike one down the pipe, 0-1.
That was Anvar's 4th strikeout. First inning, 2 looking, and now the back-to-back in the second and the third swinging.
Line drive down the right field line, tails foul. So the count now 0-2 to Hexter.
The 0-2 count and looking for his 5th strikeout, the first time through the lineup, so strike out 5 of his first 9 guys he faces would be a good start for Anvar.
Hexter able to get his bat on that one. Right to Boswell. Boswell fires over to DeVito for the second out of the inning. 2 away. That'll bring up the center fielder, senior co-captain Bradley Kaufman. Kaufman was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in yesterday's contest against Mamaroneck. Batting from the left side here. Swings and misses at strike one, 0-1.
Walked to start the game, then got thrown out to end the inning.
High fly ball out to left field. Worth settles under it and comes down with the catch, and that'll end it. So as Charlie points out, Anvar has faced the minimum through 3. We'll be back with the bottom half of the 3rd inning here on LMC Media.
My name is Sean. I am a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. Just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, you know, it kind of feels like a family.
Now batting for Mamaroneck, the leadoff hitter, Chris DeVito. Chestnut high with first pitch, 1-0. Minor correction, as I stated as we went to commercial break. Scarsdale has had 1 extra hitter than the minimum, as that pitch is low for ball 2. Kaufman was the leadoff hitter. He was not the 9 hitter. My mistake. Apologies. So now 2-0 to DeVito. Leaves that one over the plate for strike 1, 2-1. Rips a ground ball just foul of third base. Count now even at 2-2.
Vito started the game with a single up the middle, then advanced to third on a wild pitch after getting a second on the sac bunt and scored on the homer by McIntyre for the first run of the game. Still 2-0.
Chopper up the middle for a single. Booted briefly by the center fielder, but no damage there as DeVito stops at first base. So the leadoff hitter is on for the second time for DeVito. DeVito with enough power of his own. He's actually the first one of this entire crew to have hit a home run in his youth baseball career. Now batting the third baseman, number 23, Joey Casper. The scouting report is clear on DeVito. He is a base stealer, leading the team in stolen bases.
You said he's going to Iona, right, DeVito?
No, Casper's going to Iona to pitch.
Oh.
He's had some back tightness, so he has not pitched for the Tigers this season. Otherwise, he would be the ace of the team. They actually have 3 aces: Ben Wexler, Bijan Anvar, and Joey Casper, all headed to college to pitch. And rips a hard ground ball. Will serve as a seeing eye single as the shortstop is unable to get to it in time to get the lead runner. And both runners are safe.
See, DeVito lost a batting glove. It's interesting. It's tough to tell. It looked like a glove or a shoe even, but it was just a big batting glove. Fell out of his pocket.
Joey Casper with a .474 on-base percentage as McIntyre rips a line drive just over the third base bag, just foul. McIntyre comes in with a batting average of .462 on the season.
Where'd you say DeVito was playing?
DeVito will be playing for the Richmond Spiders.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Yes, a
South Atlantic time.
very solid Division I program.
And if his heel, they'll move him back to the outfield, probably?
He will definitely play outfield in college.
Yeah, probably the corner.
Just a shade under 5'11".
Yeah, too short for first.
Yeah, he will not be a first baseman on the college level, but
D1 especially.
Ground ball up the middle again by McIntyre, and DeVito strolls home for the third run of the game, and McIntyre with his third RBI.
So McIntyre has all 3 RBIs, and DeVito has 2 of the 3 runs, though Mamaroneck has first and second and no outs, so unless Scarsdale.
That'll bring up Boswell. Still no outs in the inning and 2 runners on. Boswell has been Mr. Clutch this season with 2 game-tying hits with 2 outs in the 7th. Fouls that one back off the school. He's batting .386 on the season. Boswell also a solid college prospect, but has chosen to forego athletics for academics. Thinks about putting down the bunt there. Shows it for a second, but leaves that ball away. 1-1.
Continue to light drizzle. Wasn't really in the forecast, but nonetheless it's drizzling. Shouldn't be more than that.
Line drive into right field. Doesn't get by the right fielder, but it will still be a double for Boswell. An RBI double at that as Casper rounds third and comes home. And it's now 4-0 Mamaroneck.
4th straight hit to start the inning for the Tigers, and that was a great play to limit it to a double by the right fielder John Hanisch. As he stuck out his glove, he got there and he rocketed it in to the second baseman. Not only did he keep McIntyre at third and Boswell to a double.
Yes, definitely, Charlie. I was holding my commentary momentarily because I wasn't sure if it was going to get by Hanisch.
Same.
But he was able to get his glove on it as that first pitch to Crington is low and away, ball 1.
It would have been a triple if he couldn't, and instead he just literally at the last second put his glove down and got to it and fired it into second. Sliding into second, or just getting. Boswell got there easily for the double, and McIntyre was at third, but if couldn't make that play, it would have probably been a triple, and depending on how far it rolled, maybe even an insider. inside the Parker.
Line drive fielded by the center fielder. McIntyre strolls home, tagging up, and the throw from the center fielder sails over Cahaley's head. Caroms off the chain link fence, separating the field from the track.
Makes it 5-0.
And it's now 5-0, yes, as Boswell stops at third base. That'll bring up Zach Marone. There really is no rest in this batting order, Charlie. Every batter is a threat.
Definitely.
Marone gets handcuffed on that one as Carroll throws over to Weber for the second out of the inning. But that does score Boswell from third. So the RBI on the ground out for Marone.
And the play before, I guess we had our first error of the game because that throw allowed, because in that spot he was scoring easily. You're supposed to throw it to third.
Right.
And now,
yes, so
now
the error
ground
allows
out,
Boswell to get to third, absolutely.
and now he scored on the ground out. If he didn't make that error, if the ground out happened, it still should have still been on second.
Fair point, Charlie, absolutely.
So, yeah.
So now George Pavemba at the plate. Righty batter, lefty thrower. Watches ball 8 according to the scoreboard, but I think they're just trying to reset. So it's now, I believe, a 2-0 count, even though it's listed as 4-0. Not sure why a scoreboard would even go up to 4, let alone 8. But it's now 2-0 with 2 outs, 6-0 the score. Pops that one up and caught by Chestnut to end the inning. Nice athleticism from the sophomore right-hander to end the threat for Mamaroneck. So at the end of 3, it is Mamaroneck 6, Scarsdale nothing. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Media. Stephen Astis and Charlie McGraw back with you on LMC Media, covering Mamaroneck versus Scarsdale, as Anvar misses with the first pitch of the 4th inning. 1-0 the count to Jack Shiner, the left fielder, batting in the 2-hole. That one does find the plate. Fastball over for strike 1, 1-1.
A curveball that just missed on the first pitch and comes back with a fastball that's right there. And another curveball.
Ground ball foul. 1-2 the count. Shiner was 0 for 3 against Mamaroneck yesterday with 2 strikeouts. Sorry, with 1 strikeout.
Very impressed with the way Anvar mixes his pitches, Steve.
That is his talent, Charlie. He is able to keep the batter guessing. His fastball is in the mid-80s. He's hit as high as 88.
He's like he's got a Marcus Stroman body type. Like he's not too big, and he's he almost looks like him. I mean, just similar mixed pitches and stuff. And
that ball misses for ball 2. Yes, he has grown a lot, and he's put on a lot of weight, but you can still see that thin frame, so you can project him forward to be a very talented power pitcher as he gets that one past Shiner for the strikeout looking, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Noah Weber.
Shiner didn't point at that pitch like he did in his first at bat, which got the umpire mad, but that was gas right there, pure gas. That was at 88.
Weber way out in front of that one as he gets his plant foot down and starts to swing a little early on the changeup.
Seen a lot of off speed to start counts. A lot of off speed to start the counts, and it's helped him.
Keeps the batters guessing. Ahead of that one, fouled off the third base dugout fencing. 0-2. One away here in the top of the 4th inning. Mamaroneck leads 6-0. Bijan Anvar, one of the best pitchers in Section 1 this season, will look to lead the Mamaroneck Tigers into the postseason as his pitching rotation mate Ben Wexler dealing with an elbow sprain. They hope to have him back at some point in the postseason if they're fortunate. As Weber fouls that one off. Joey Casper, as I mentioned, dealing with a little bit of back tightness. He's working with the Iona medical staff a little bit to try and work that out, and maybe he'll be able to make an appearance, but there are several pitchers in this dugout for Mamaroneck that will have to step up and pick up the slack behind Anvar.
And last year there was no season because of COVID, and then this year they had already set it up where it'll be basically the shortest playoff ever, as it's officially the first round, which Mamaroneck will have a bye-in, starts on Saturday. Correct. So Mamaroneck's first game will be Monday, and then the section championship, which they'll have the advantage of playing here as long as everything that's supposed to work out, as that's what it's supposed to be. As long as they finish this game off and the Ketchum schedule is accurate, they would be the 1 seed, and they'd have throughout and end on Saturday with no
swing and a miss for the second out of the inning.
With no regionals or states this year because of the COVID.
Correct.
Next year they should be back to everything.
I still hold out a blind hope of optimism that the coaches that win each section will figure out some way to play some sort of post-scheduled tournament. We'll see if they make that happen. I don't have any information on that. It's just a pure speculation on my part that all of these coaches won't want the season to end that way. But we'll have to see. They were able to call together a season last summer after school ended. And see if they're able to do something similar, as Anvar hurls a pretty nice looking pitch. Must have been a little off the plate. So it's now 1-1.
So they played in the summer last year. Oh, that's why the dugout says like section league champs in 20. They had a summer league.
They had a summer league.
Shap coached and everything?
Shap coached them. Most of the 2020 roster was there. They were missing a couple of players. My son, for example, was not on the team because he's now playing college football, so he was preparing for the football season that ended up not happening. And a couple of the other top seniors from last year weren't on the team. Beautiful pitch. Mows down Cahaley. He did not like that call, but he will have to deal with it, as that is strike 3 called and an end to the top of the 4th inning. So we'll be back in just a moment with the bottom half of the inning here at Mamaroneck High School on LMC Varsity Sports.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Apple TV in full high definition? Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
There has been activity in the bullpen for Scarsdale, but Chestnut remains on the mound for the Raiders. Morgan a little bit ahead of that one as he rips a line drive into the third base dugout fencing.
Way ahead of that. Wind picks up a little.
Fouls that one off. Down the third baseline. 1-2 the count.
Mamaroneck started a little bullpen action, Steve. Looked like it.
Good looking ground ball from the right fielder. Finds the hole between the shortstop and second base. And he is on safely with a leadoff single.
And there's bullpen activity for Mamaroneck, so I don't want Anvar to maybe go too far as he's gone 4 innings.
Worth looks at strike one. 0-1 the count.
Brian Albert warming up for Mamaroneck. Far side.
Yes, the righty fireballer had a fantastic season as Morgan steals second, way ahead of the throw. Cahaley didn't have any shot at getting the speedster on that attempt, so he now stands in scoring position for Worth. Simon Worth with an on-base percentage of .450 this season. Leads the team in sack bunts as he lets that one go by. Batting nearly .300 on the year.
As we saw, he tried to bunt to get on to start the bottom of the second, but Cahaley made a nice play and threw him out. He did it with 2 outs too, so it became a 1-2-3 inning when he threw him out.
That pitch way outside. Cahaley does a good job of chasing that down, avoiding the wild pitch. So it's now 2-2. Worth also leads the team in walks, so he could work this out into a walk as he has many times coming down from 0-2, and that ball is fouled just off the third baseline. I would also speculate that Worth probably leads the team in quality at bats as well, as he sees a ton of pitches, as is his job.
Which is what you want from your 9-hitter.
He was batting in the 2-hole for several games in the beginning of the year, and Coach Schiaparelli moved him to the 9-hole to create a second leadoff, as he is sort of a leadoff hitter type, but you cannot look past the power and speed of Chris DeVito in the leadoff spot. Worth with a line drive into right field. Caught by Hainish as it found the glove, dropped right in. Mac Morgan unable to advance on that one. And that'll bring up DeVito.
Vito 2 for 2, 2 singles up the middle First one was hit harder, and 2 runs scored out of the 6. So looking for his first RBI of the day. You don't get many opportunities to do that as a leadoff hitter, but with
DeVito batting .429 on the year as that wild pitch sails wide of the lefty batter's box. He's leading the team with 19 runs scored and 17 stolen bases in just 17 games. That's quite an impressive season he's put together here, and he's missed a few games as well with a few minor injuries here and there.
Is that before today or after?
Before today.
Oh, so now 21. You said 19, right? So now 21 runs scored.
21 runs scored, yes.
Two with 2 singles and 2 runs scored.
Two and 0 the count. Inside ball 3. We'll see if Schiaparelli gives him the green light on the 3-0 pitch here.
I think looked like he did at first, was thinking about it, but I don't know if he will.
Ooh. He did, and he fouled it into the third base dugout fencing. Three and 1 the count as the score is 6-0 here. Mac Morgan leads off third base, and the pitch low and away, and DeVito is on with the walk. That'll bring up the third baseman Joey Casper as there's a meeting at the mound, and it looks like we will have a pitching change. So we'll take a momentary break here at Manchester Field and come back to you with a continuation. Mamaroneck versus Scarsdale. Mamaroneck leads 6-0 here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Do you need space for a meeting, conference, or presentation?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our 768 square foot studio space is ideal for many types of productions, readings, recitals, rehearsals, and workshops. The space has video recording capability, as well as daylight temperature lighting, green screen, and stage. 2 additional rooms at 208 and 156 square feet can be used for any of your needs. Auditions, meetings, classes, workshops, one-on-one instructions, and more. Both rooms feature video monitors with Chromecasting capability, making presentations a breeze.
To reserve one or more of our spaces, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Back with you at Manchester Field, now pitching for Scarsdale, the junior right-hander, Luca Asen. Casper shows bunt as DeVito runs down to second. The throw is cut off by Carroll, and Morgan stays at third as Cahaley and Carroll try to dupe Morgan into taking off for home, but he was not buying it. So it's runners on second and third now with 1 away. Casper now shows suicide squeeze. Morgan scores. Casper out at first on the sack bunt, and DeVito advances to third. Schiaparelli pulling a Shap-like move once again, putting on the suicide squeeze. No safety there as the score is now 7-0.
Good time to practice it. Last game of the season, you're up 6-0, and suicide squeeze is a gutsy call, and it's the perfect time to practice it and advance DeVito to third too, although there are 2 outs now.
Ball in the dirt, 1-0 to McIntyre, who had a 2-run home run in the first inning to get the scoring started here. I don't think I'm giving away any trade secrets. Ooh, another long fly ball, not going to have the distance as the center fielder makes a diving catch. Bradley Kaufman, the senior, comes away with the catch, and that ends the threat. So I'll share those secrets as we come back from the commercial break. It's now 7-0. Mamaroneck will be back with the top of the 5th inning here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Stephen Astis and Charlie McGraw back with you at Mamaroneck High School. The Tigers lead the Raiders 7-0. That little nugget of info I was going to mention to you is that Coach Schiaparelli is so complex with his signs that he actually has different signs for different batters in the order. So depending on what spot in the order you hit, one sign could mean something completely different. So your baseball aptitude has to be top notch as Anvar fires a fastball over for strike one, which you can imagine can cross up even the smartest player and can be infuriating to watch as you just cannot keep with it. But there is a purpose to it as Asen in his first at bat comes in and swings through that changeup. Strike two. 0-2 count now for Anvar. And he works on his slide step, and that pitch low in the dirt is swung and missed for a swinging drop strike three, and he's thrown out at first base for the first out of the inning. Cringdon to DeVito. That'll bring up the shortstop, sophomore Patrick Carroll.
8 strikeouts now for Anvar, and he's faced, 13 batter? Or no, they've recorded 13 outs, excuse me, and
Right.
8 of them via the strikeout.
Very impressive outing so far for Anvar as he sharpens his blade in preparation for the postseason.
There's only been one out that's been in the outfield, and Kaufman caught one in center. The rest have been a couple ground balls, and then the 8 strikeouts, and the caught stealing in the first inning too.
Carroll playing shortstop today, was at second base yesterday when he went 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout.
And he's 0 for 1, grounded out to Anvar, first at bat.
And strike 3 called on the outside corner. 2 away.
looking for back-to-back innings where he strikes out the side, Steve, as he struck out 5 in a row now.
He has done that several times this year, obviously, with 9 strikeouts. Yes, is it 9 strikeouts per game that he's getting? Fly ball into shallow right field. Ooh. Oh, Morgan can't make the sliding play as Boswell was giving chase. So Reed drops in the single for a hit.
Just the second hit of the game. I was just thinking Haley had the only hit in the second inning, and then he bloops this hit. It was weird. At the last second, I mean, they didn't want to collide with one another, so he said, I got it, Mac Morgan. It was him and the second baseman with Boswell.
Yes.
And it was Morgan's ball all the way, and Boswell got out of the way, but it would have been it was really tough play. It was a little, not that he was too far back, but just it was out of reach.
Morgan is plenty fast, but he was playing a little deep to be able to field that one. Boswell actually almost looked closer to it as they were converging on it, but that is what created the conundrum.
At least no one got hurt.
Hainish now up for Scarsdale.
It's not like that broke up the no-hitter. He had given up the hit.
Right. The breaking ball drops over, but not for a strike, as Hainish ducked out of the way. We have a little friend in the broadcast booth as a squirrel just scampered by our feet. Foul ball down the left field line. Grounder foul, as I see a few of Mamaroneck's seniors from last year in attendance, including Thomas Plunkett, who's pitching for University of Scranton this year as they won their conference in Division III. Would have been an incredible roster last year, as you can see all the talent of the seniors on display this season. Anvar with the pitch, line drive, backhanded by McIntyre, but he's unable to pull it out of his glove. And Hainish will be safe at first base.
That's a single because it was in the hole, and that would have been a really tough play. So back-to-back singles.
Great backhand by McIntyre, and yes, he was just unable to get it out of his glove fast enough. It would have been an incredible play if he had made it.
Got by Joey Casper first, too. He dove for it, the third baseman. He couldn't get it. Then he made the backhand. He was about to play. I mean,
deep
but he was
in the
on
hole.
his knee. It would have been impossible.
That'll bring up Hexter, Benjamin Hexter, the third baseman.
Probably smart he didn't throw it anyway.
Yes, with 2 away. Yeah, he could have even allowed the runner at second to advance to third if he had tried for the out at first. Ground ball fielded cleanly by DeVito. He'll take it himself, and that will end the innings. So in the middle of the 5th, still no score for Scarsdale. It is 7-0 Mamaroneck in the lead. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC Varsity Sports.
LMC Media's YouTube channel is where you can connect to your community. You can easily find your favorite videos in a playlist or keyword search. Videos are added daily relating to your community, weekly updates, talk shows,
Welcome to another community conversation. I'm Michael Witch for LMC Media.
how-tos, and municipal meetings. Stay connected through video. Check it out and subscribe.
Back here at Mamaroneck High School, Alex Boswell leads off the bottom of the 5th inning. The score is 7-0. Takes a pitch in the dirt from Asen. Ball 1-0.
Boswell with the only other extra base hit. Wow.
And that one ricochets right off my broadcast partner, Charlie McGraw. Unable to come up with the backhand off the carom off the brick, but he fields it cleanly off of his chair. And the count is now 2-1 after he quick pitches another ball.
Yeah, but I moved to get out of the way and saw it. So it hit the behind the school, the brick, and then it rolled and it hit the chair like where that I'm sitting in, and it kind of like bounced there. So it kind of felt it like hit my rear end a little in the chair, so I was all right, and then just picked it up and threw it to the Scarsdale pitcher.
Ground ball in the hole by Boswell, and he'll beat that one out for an infield single. Easy for me to say. And once again, the leadoff hitter is on base for Mamaroneck.
Well, I remember what I was saying when the ball came in the air. The only Boswell had the only extra base hit besides the homer, right? Because there's no other extra base hits in the game. I mean, Scarsdale only has 3 singles. But Mamaroneck's got plenty of hits, but they have the homer by McIntyre, and then the only extra base hit was Boswell's double? Yeah.
Cringdon now at the plate. It's sort of, Charlie, it speaks to the potency of this batting order that they've been able to get 7 runs plated despite only 2 extra base hits.
And that hit by Boswell was the team's 8th hit? Yeah, 8th hit.
Cahaley unable to pull that one out of his glove as Boswell steals second cleanly and now moves into scoring position. Still no outs in the inning. Some activity in the Mamaroneck bullpen. Getting a few pitchers warm. Pitch off the plate outside, ball 2. 2-0.
I think, yeah. The one guy getting warm, and then the other guy next to him is Anvar, just doing his like end of game medicine ball bounce or something.
Cringdon winds up to unload on that pitch. Fouls it straight back into the fence behind home plate. Definitely was looking to go deep on that one. The junior right-hander has some good stuff here off the mound for the Raiders.
He throws harder than the starter. Assen throws harder than Chestnut, as he came in to end the last inning.
Ground ball just foul of third, would have scored Boswell easily. So it's now 3-2. Full count to Cringdon, and the payoff pitch. Ripped single in the hole on the left side, and Boswell was on the move on the pitch and will score easily after all. Another single for Cringdon.
Just forgot the hit. Actually, there was one hit last inning. And then, so that hit there, 2 hits this inning. And Mamaroneck now has, well, that's 8, 9, 10 hits. And the big blow was in the 3rd inning when they scored the 4 runs. That was on 4 hits too. Just the one error in the game that was in that inning that allowed, it was on Cringdon, who just got the hit, his RBI sac fly, where they threw it and allowed the guy to get to 3rd.
Cringdon dives back into the bag. Zach Cringdon at first, Zach Marone at the plate. Marone 0 for 2 on the day, but he does have an RBI on that ground ball out earlier in the game. Cringdon on the move, and a line drive ripped by Marone. Cringdon will stop at second as it doesn't have the distance to give Cringdon the room to advance to third, but it's now 2 men on and no outs as George Pavemba is now at the plate.
9th single of the day for the Tigers, and you knew Marone wanted to get in on the hit parade, and Pavemba does as well, as he doesn't have a hit yet, as he's 0 for 2.
Swing and a miss by Pavemba. Offers at the fastball. 0-1 the count to the only junior in the starting lineup today for Mamaroneck. Lays down a nice bunt, and they will go for the out at first rather than try their chances, getting Cringdon advancing to third. So it's now second and third as the sack bunt advances the runners. 1 away, and Mac Morgan now the batter. Morgan 1 for 2 on the day with 1 run scored.
Third sack bunt today for the Tigers. 2 by Joey Casper, and now that one by Pavemba. That one advanced 2 runners though.
Morgan batting an even .333 on the season.
Base hit last inning. And ground out to second in the first. We stole a base and scored a run. I have a change here.
The infield is in now for the Raiders as Morgan goes over to Schiaparelli to get some instruction, and they will have a pinch runner for Cringdon.
22.
As number 22, I believe that's
Elias Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac Elias.
Thank you, Steve. Helps
No,
me.
actually, that does not look like Isaac Elias. I believe that's someone else. Might even be a sophomore call-up. Can't be sure.
Looks like 22.
Drops the curveball in for strike 1, or is that strike 2? Scoreboard's a little bit delayed. I apologize, fans.
Yeah, did Chap do that substitution with 1 pitch thrown? He did. No.
Did Chap substitute what?
The runner with the after a pitch was thrown.
Yes, he often does that in mid-at-bat.
Yeah.
It's one of his things. Fly ball by Morgan deep down the left field line. Foul and caught. And the runner will score from third.
That's a conundrum. You would think, though, because the mercy rule is close to effect here, as that makes it 9-0. But if that was 9-0 and there was just 1 out there, you'd have to drop that.
He would have been better off to let that drop.
Right, because it would be a sac fly and the game would be over 10-0.
Well, now Simon Worth can end it here with a base hit that could score Morgan as they make the throw to draw Marone back to second, and we'll have another pinch runner. This one is Nate Perez. Perez, the junior outfielder, has seen a lot of action here for the Tigers, as Schiaparelli wasting no time trying to get that winning run to plate. So Worth with a chance to end it. Takes high, ball 1.
I figure he was saving him for this opportunity as one of the fastest guys off the bench. As this is the end the game now.
Absolutely. 1-0 count to the left field co-captain. Ball in the dirt. Perez thinks about going. Has to race back to second as Cahaley deftly pounces on the ball. Ryan Cahaley, as we mentioned, is one of the team leaders for the Raiders, looking to play college baseball. Has several schools interested. Worth swings and misses at that one. Now 2-2. Correction, 2-1 the count. And now it's 2-2 as Worth takes the pitch for strike 2 on the outside corner. 2-2, 2 outs, 9-0 Mamaroneck here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch fouled straight back by Worth into the trees. Count remains 2-2. Worth stays alive, fouling that one straight back. He's right on it. Just has to turn it the other way, and we could have a celebration. Asen looks the runner back. He's going. Ooh. Strike 3 called, and that will end the inning as the called strike 3 on the outside corner sends Worth back to the dugout. He is not happy with that call, but he'll have to accept it as we now head to the top of the 6th. 9-0 Mamaroneck over Scarsdale. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Media.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org. Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Steve Anastas and Charlie McGraw back with you here at Manchester Field on Mamaroneck High School's campus for the top of the 6th inning. We have a pitching change. Anvar has taken a seat. Got a nice little round of applause from his team and the fans here at Manchester Field. Now pitching for Mamaroneck, senior Brian Albert. And a fastball hit into center field by
pinch hitter
Bennett Abbey, the junior right-hand hitter. put a solid charge in that one, but falls right into the glove of center fielder George Pavemba, one away.
As the lineup for Scarsdale exactly hit twice. 1 through 9 went through the order twice for the Raiders against Anvar, and that was a pinch hitter. We didn't see him go in the field defensively as Bennett Abbey went in for Bradley Kaufman. At least was hitting for him.
I believe this is the sophomore Patrick Vasilescu now batting for Scarsdale, as Coach Jeffrey Weigel, starts to empty his bench and give some of his reserve players some at-bats. 3-0 count. Pitch from Albert finds the plate, 3-1. Albert will come into a prominent role here, as it looks like the batter checked his swing. Yes, he did, and will get the base on balls there, and now brings up the senior number 24, Andrew Bernstein.
So 3 pinch hitters in a row.
So Albert, yes, as I was saying, Charlie, is going to find a more prominent role here as the Tigers look to fortify their pitching rotation heading into the postseason. Fastball over the plate for strike one.
As they try and get him some game action and at least an inning of
Mamaroneck
scores.
He's pitched several times this season. But yes, you're right. He does need to get a little bit of action just to get his arm ready for the playoffs. His weightlifting for football has added velocity to his fastball as he throws the off-speed pitch for strike two. He's hit 87 now on the gun this season. He's always been a hard thrower, looking to maintain his accuracy. And he's definitely doing that here as he blows the fastball by Bernstein for the second out of the inning.
This is Scarsdale's last game of the season, so Bernstein, the senior, got a pinch hit there, but struck out. As 3-12 lose this one, 3-13, they won't be in the playoffs, Steve.
No. That'll bring up the junior co-captain, Ryan Cahaley.
Oh, Rob Moretti from the truck just said everybody qualifies for the playoffs this year, so I guess they will. So they might be a really, what is it, low, high seed, whatever number beyond the probably a playing game.
Fires a strike there. 1-1 the count with 2 away here in the 6th inning. And a long fly ball for Cahaley to the fence. Oh, Worth can't come up with the catch at the fence. Pavemba fields it, throws to McIntyre, who throws home. Too late as Scarsdale puts a run on the board on the double from Cahaley.
I thought that was going to be gone, but instead it was a little too towards left center instead. And Cahaley gets the RBI double. Worth almost made the catch as it literally put the glove up. If he didn't put his glove up, it could have been gone, as it literally stopped it from going out, and it goes off the top of his glove, and that's an obvious double, not an error.
It's a tough play out there, Charlie, because one of the oddities of Manchester Field is there is no warning track. So it's hard to be able to find the fence, especially on a hot shot like that. That was not exactly a towering fly ball that gave Worth time to find it. So he was fortunate just to get to the ball, let alone try and make a play on it.
Right. It wasn't towering, but it also wasn't, as that one is in no man's land for a foul ball. But it wasn't towering, but it wasn't like a rocket liner either.
No.
It was like a between, but it was more towards high fly.
A classic power shot, right? Not exactly a line drive, but not exactly a fly ball.
McIntyre's homer, but it was a little less high. But the fact that it was where it was hit in left center, if he pulled that more, that would have been a no-doubter. But instead it was towards left center more. Got his glove up at the last second, looked like he had it. At top of the glove, top of the fence, double.
regardless,
it breaks the shutout.
Second game in a row, Cahaley shows the Mamaroneck crowd what his power is like, as Albert throws one in the dirt and Cringdon does a good job to block it.
Scarsdale's on the board.
And Scarsdale is on the board with their first run of the game. Cahaley now responsible for the only 2 runs against Mamaroneck for Scarsdale this season. Fly ball into shallow left. McIntyre drops back to field it, and he will collect it for the final out of the innings. So at the end of 5.5, it is Mamaroneck 9, Scarsdale 1. We'll be back in just a moment with the bottom of the 6th here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Do you have a great idea for a YouTube video or a short film, but don't know how to make it happen?
LMC Media has what you need.
Our equipment cage is stocked with professional quality cameras, tripods, lighting, sound, cabling, and more. Our 768 square foot studio features a full lighting grid, wraparound green screen, teleprompter, TriCaster, and high definition cameras.
To reserve equipment, contact us at reserve@lmcmedia.org.
Need technical support for your next meeting or presentation? LMC Media offers full-service meeting management virtually, in real life, or a hybrid of both. Our staff can run your meeting or webinar, set up for in-person audiences to interact, or provide a professional space for you to stream. Contact us for more information at info@lmcmedia.org.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it doesn't have them. You said, yeah.
Now batting for Mamaroneck is number 45. I believe this is a sophomore call-up.
Don't have his name on our roster.
Don't have his number on the roster.
Despite having all the numbers, a lot of numbers.
It's a foul ball out of play onto the track. Luca Asen still in pitching for the Raiders. Scarsdale has plenty of talent behind this varsity roster coming up, including a right-hand pitcher, Jacob Brown, who has been pitching well for the freshman baseball team. Foul ball there for Mamaroneck, stays alive at 1-2. Brown had a very special outing for the Raiders the other day, striking out a bevy of hitters. Of batters, rather. I can't call them hitters if they're striking out all over the place. But along with Jacob Brown, there are several other players for the Scarsdale Raiders team that is coming up. Mamaroneck always stacked, as evidenced by the 23 league titles in 24 seasons. Swing and a miss. And he goes down on strikes. Now batting is the junior third baseman, David Langone. He'll hit in the 2 spot for Casper, I believe.
Yep, correct.
As Schiaparelli is unloading his bench. Langone takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. And that pitch high over the head of Langone. No question there, he was taking.
So with the mercy rule, they were, well, a little more than 90 feet away since that run got retired last inning.
Handled by the first baseman, Weber, for the second out. And that will bring up number 13, the junior shortstop, Andrew Reyes, batting for McIntyre.
Last inning they were about.
In the bullpen for Mamaroneck is number 20, senior Mark Vecchione, as Reyes takes strike one.
As in the 6th inning, last inning, they were 90 feet plus about 120 feet as he was stealing
The base when Worth struck out looking was the pinch runner last inning, and from having the mercy rule come into play.
But then Scarsdale scored the 1 run, and Coach Schiaparelli has had 4 pinch hitters here, as that one's fouled by Reyes. 3 pinch hitters to start this inning, so it looks like we'll go the distance and they'll make it to the 7th for Scarsdale.
That does look to be the case, Charlie. We'll see what happens here. There may be a 2-out rally that could end it by the youngsters.
Jack Yeager looks to be on deck.
Yes, Jack Jaeger has played second base several times for Mamaroneck this season. Quality hitter.
Let's see if Coach Schaap re-enters or if these reserves take the field. And
Reyes does a good job going down to get that one and poking it into left center field for a single that will bring Jaeger to the plate. Wouldn't that be special for the junior if he could end it with a home run here? He does have power from the right side of the plate.
Just show the depth that they have, Steve.
Ball 1 outside to Jaeger. He looks at ball 2 off the plate, 2-0 the count. Score, as you see on your screen, is 9-1. Mamaroneck on top. And Jaeger with the long line drive looks to, yes, it will drop in front of the left fielder. The center fielder fields it. Oh, and Jaeger's now caught. He is, no, they are not able to apply the tag as he's able to skirt around it, get back to the bag, and it'll be 1st and 3rd. And Schiaparelli will leave Cringdon in, which makes sense. You don't always want to take your catcher out. You need to keep some consistency in this defensive roster, but what that also allows is your power hitter at the plate with the ability to go deep and end it.
Back-to-back pinch hit singles, and a great job by Jaeger to slide back into first as he was halfway between first and second, and the ball was in the shortstop's glove, as I think he thought they were going to throw to third to get the lead runner and Reyes in third, even though Reyes was basically there already. So then he had to make a decision. So he goes back, and the ball beat him. He was going to be out, but he got around the tag, and a good job by the umpire, as he hasn't had to make a lot of calls on the bases. But he was right. He did get around it, as he is dirty on that side of his body completely. Just came off the bench and stuff, and his mom will have to get out the shout, and the whole jersey is soaked with dirt, Steve.
The veteran Section 1 umpire John Muller making the call out in the field.
Hasn't had a lot, but that was the good call.
Jaeger's over-aggressiveness almost cost him there on the fake to third, throw to first move from Asen, but he was able to get back. And there is a long fly ball. Will it stay fair? No, just foul.
It was foul. Just foul. Cringdon, excuse me.
Cringdon, yes.
Cringdon. McIntyre hit the early homer, but Cringdon can't believe it. But it was just foul. And look where it landed. It landed just foul too, as we see the. Is that your son? No.
That is my son going to chase it down.
Your son goes and picks it up. That's foul.
It was several years ago, about 15 years ago, I believe, when there was a similar shot that was called foul that was actually fair, And it didn't take long before Schiaparelli lobbied for new foul poles that extend much higher, as Crington's able to lay off the high cheese there for 3-1.
And Schaap did not argue that at all. Rob said it was 7 years ago. Thank you, Rob. But Schaap did not argue that, but it was foul.
Sky high pop fly in foul territory, fielded by Weber to end the threat. So we'll head to the top of the 7th. Mamaroneck leads 9-1. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC Varsity Sports.
Apple TV in full high definition. Go to the App Store and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Larchmont Mamaroneck, this is your media center. Live mobile production van. In-studio recording. Podcasting. Social media. In your schools. Watching your government. With your neighbors. LMC Media. Building community through media.
Thank you for watching LMC Varsity Sports. We hope to continue this service of streaming our school's varsity sports matches, but we can only do this with your support. Visit lmcmedia.org/donate and make your contribution today and keep this program going.
Stephen Astis with Charlie McGraw here for the top of the 7th inning. This should do it for the game unless Scarsdale is able to pull off some miraculous offense. At the plate is pinch hitter sophomore Liam Vasilescu, and we have a bevy of substitutions for Mamaroneck. We'll get to that in just a moment. The pitcher is Mark Vecchione, and he throws strike 1 over the plate looking. Zach Crington remains at catcher. Simon Worth and George Pavemba remain in their spots in the outfield, as Vasilescu swings weakly at strike 2. At first base is Jake Bransfield. At third base is David Langone.
Hit him.
As that ball hits Vasilescu, and he will go down to first base.
It was 0-2, I think. Yeah.
Jack Jager stays in the game and plays second. Andrew Reyes stays in and plays shortstop. And I'll get you the right fielder in just a moment, but I believe, yes, it was Davey Kaplan, the junior, checks in right field. The batter here is Matthew Rosenblatt, senior, getting the pinch hit opportunity against Vecchione. Good off-speed pitch from Vecchione fools Rosenblatt. I believe that is Nick Mirando in the bullpen for Mamaroneck in case Vecchione has some trouble. And Rosenblatt, fooled by the off-speed pitch, was way ahead of that one. Strike 2.
Vecchione with a bevy of off-speed stuff so far. Another one.
Another one there. Misses the plate low and away. 2-2.
So basically, wholesale changes from Mamaroneck except for in left center field and catcher.
He swings and misses at that one. Strike 3. That'll bring up the right fielder, John Hainish.
Hainish with one of the 4 Scarsdale hits.
He's 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout.
He's played good right field too. Stopped it.
Yeah, did a good job chasing down that double that could have easily been a run-scoring triple, or a 2 RBI triple instead of a 1 RBI double.
Yep, in the 3rd inning.
Watches ball 1 there. Ball 2 bounces just in front of the plate. As we mentioned in the last game, one of the few benefits of COVID is that this field has never looked better. Had plenty of time to care for it and make some improvements. As that ball is off the plate for ball 3, 3-0. 1 away here with the runner on first in the top of the 7th. Vecchione pitching from the stretch. And the pitch in for strike 1, 3-1.
Taking all the way there.
Strike 2, catches the outside corner. Full count. We had a very healthy crowd here today watching this game between Mamaroneck and Scarsdale. It's thinned out of late. Now we have mostly just parents remaining, as that ball is just off the plate for ball 4. And Vecchione puts the first 2 batters on base. We have timeout as the home plate umpire mercifully dusts off home plate that had been completely covered by the batter's box dirt. And Vecchione will take a moment to try and do some minor field repair of his own, as that plant step area has developed a bit of a divot. Off-speed pitch drops in for strike 1 to Benjamin Hexter, the 3rd baseman.
How about for the backup infielders here to maybe turn a game-ending double play?
Hexter 0 for 2 on the day as he watches ball 1. Count even 1-1 with 1 away. As Charlie points out, a ground ball could end it here. And there is the ground ball. Not sure if it's going to have enough time. Reyes with a good job. Oh, Bransfield unable to come up with the throw in the dirt. And the bases are now loaded for Bradley Kaufman, the senior co-captain, playing center field today.
Re-entered as he was hit for by Bennett Abbey, who hit the ball to center field last inning. And that's our first error of the game from Mamaroneck, as that was
a good throw, would have had him. It was a tough play. You got to give the error to the shortstop, backup shortstop Reyes. It was nearly scooped out by the first baseman there,
Jake Bransfield. Yes,
right. But,
Reyes did a good job charging it
right,
and fielding it, but the throw just came up a little short.
Right.
As Vecchione able to drop the first pitch in for a strike. That one's off the plate. 1-1.
Vecchione did get the double, get a ground ball. It wasn't going to be a double play because it was too slowly hit.
Right.
And Reyes did make a nice play, but the throw was just too low.
Ground ball just foul.
Had extra bases written all over it if it was fair, Steve.
Yeah, that could have plated several runs with the bases loaded here.
Could have cleared them. At least 2.
Kaplan was doing a good job chasing it down in the right field corner, but at least 2 runs would have scored if that had stayed fair. So Vecchione has a 1-2 count to the batter. The off-speed pitch fools him, but he's able to fight it off. A good job from the co-captain to to stay alive. 1-2. Ground ball, slow roller fielded by Bransfield. Great job throwing to Vecchione.
Safe.
And they call him safe, as it seems that Kaufman was able to get his foot down before Vecchione stepped on the bag. Good execution by Mamaroneck. They just didn't have enough time to get him.
Good hustle by Kaufman to make it close enough to force the umpire's hand, and it looked like Vecchione got there as it was between, but it helped that it was hit between no man's land. It was hit between first and second. It took the first baseman out of the play.
Right.
Vecchione had to get over, and then Kaufman, it was very, very close. It looked like he might have got him, but called it safe, and now it's 9-2, bases loaded, and Grand Slam makes this a game. 9-6.
So Jack Shiner, another co-captain, senior, playing left field today, is 0-for-2 with a run scored after walking earlier in the game. Vecchione thought he dropped that first one in for a strike. He seemed a little frustrated that it wasn't called a strike. Now he fires that fastball outside, ball 3-0.
I think Valescu, the other Valescu brother, Patrick, yeah, he pinch hit for him last inning. So, and then he re-entered in the sixth. He walked and scored. And that's a run-scoring walk here, and now it's 9-3. Wow. So back-to-back RBIs, an RBI single from Kaufman, and now an RBI walk from Jack Shear. And it's 9-3, still bases loaded, and still just one out, Steve.
So an interesting dilemma is brewing here, Charlie, as Ben Kerwin is now warming up in the bullpen. Ryan Cahaley, the power hitter for Scarsdale, is now on deck with one away. Line drive, ground ball fielded by Reyes. Gets to second for the force out on the fielder's choice. The throw from Jaeger to Bransfield is late. Bransfield does a good job to stay in front of that and prevent the runner from third from scoring. And here comes Schiaparelli, as it looks like we may have a pitching change. So we'll take a break here as Schiaparelli is taking the ball from Vecchione, and we bring Kerwin on. We'll be back in just a moment. It's 9-4 with two away here in the seventh inning on LMC Varsity Sports.
My name is Sean. I'm a regular volunteer here.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm a volunteer. Today is my very first day. I've only been here about an hour.
LMC just provides a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
This was the first opportunity I've ever had to be like in a professional news setting.
I've learned on camera, I learned post-production, I've learned everything that I could possibly learn about the world of TV and production in general.
Everybody is extremely outgoing and very helpful. I think everyone seems to have a good time when they're making the show or behind the scenes, so it's a very friendly, like, positive environment.
Every time I would come in, it would just be a whole new experience. And just all the people were just so nice and inviting.
Everybody who works at LMC, they're just great to be around. It's a great laugh. It's, you know, it kind of feels like a family.
Back at Manchester Field, we had a little bit of a mix-up. It looked like Ben Kerwin was coming in the game, but Schiaparelli motions for Mirando. Ooh, and Mirando almost throws it away on the fake to third, throw to first move. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Mamaroneck leads 9-4, and the Scarsdale Raiders slugger, Ryan Cahaley, licking his chops at the plate. Mirando's fastball goes high, and the throw over to third is just a hair late. Cringdon looked like he was trying to dupe one of the runners into getting far enough off the bag that he could make the throw. Weber at first, not far enough, but the runner at third did get off a little far, Charlie.
Mamaroneck doing everything they can to take the bat out of Cahaley's hands first. Again, he's trying to do it.
Exactly.
He did the same thing before he threw a pitch to try and get the base runner at first. He wasn't biting. That one was a wild pitch, and then they tried to throw to third and get the guy out. And now he hits him in the helmet. Oh, wow. He said that it hit his helmet, and he said it hit the bat, and the umpire is saying it hit the bat and it's foul. So that was a close one. He thought it hit the helmet, and it was very close, and now he yelled at a parent to tell him to stop.
Very interesting. I'm looking at the replay. It sure does look like it catches the top of his helmet. It did hit the bat, but not before ricocheting off the top of his helmet.
Right. If it hits his helmet first, then the bat.
Doesn't matter, right? It's a hit batsman.
If it hits the bat and then him, it's a foul ball. And that one was close, and he said he didn't go.
Cahaley stays back on that one, able to hold his swing on the off-speed pitch.
But if you're Scarsdale, you want Cahaley to swinging. I mean,
right.
He's your best hitter by far.
3-1 the count now.
Yeah, if anything's close, he's got to try and drive it. He missed a home run by inches before.
If not, it might have, like we said, we didn't get a chance to look at the replay. Ooh. Oh, swing and a miss by Cahaley. But as you pointed out, Charlie, it's very possible that Simon Worth was able to keep that ball in the field of play and prevent the home run.
Right, if he wasn't there, it might have hit that top of the fence, and who knows what way it would have went. There's 3-2, so the runner goes, and it'll be a foul ball off the umpire and the catcher. And he's shaking up. Ooh, the umpire yelling at a teammate. Did he throw him out?
The umpire definitely doesn't want to hear it from this Scarsdale crowd, or the Scarsdale dugout, rather, in that case. He heard some chirping. And the Scarsdale head coach orders his players back into the dugout to avoid any further altercations. And the pitch low.
No,
and
you can't
Cahaley runs down to first. There's nowhere for him to go. I'm not sure why he's racing, but no matter. It's now Luca Asen at the plate with the bases loaded. A grand slam would bring them to within 1 as the score is 9-4. And Mirando you have to figure that Mirando is feeling a sense of relief at putting Cahaley on first base.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to throw first or to third, to pick off the guy at first 2 or 3 times during the Cahaley at bat. They even tried to get the guy at third once, and it looked like he had hit him, and then he walks him on a full count. And now it's 2-0 here.
Pitch up high. So as Charlie points out, it's now 2-0 with 2 outs, and the bases loaded.
This is the 9th batter in the inning, too.
So they'll bat around if he gets on. Ooh, just missed.
That ball just off the plate. Mirando definitely wanted that. He looks back at Muller as if to say, maybe you could call that a strike. So pitching out of the stretch here. Fires a strike over the plate, 3-1.
But the pitch before it was better.
At this point, Mirando needs to just put it over the plate.
Right.
He cannot continue walking batters. They have given up too many walks, and there is a line drive single. Worth fields it, throws to Langone, and another run plated on the RBI single from Luca Asen.
Shap nervous now. Wow, he's going to the mound for a mound visit. And it's 9-5.
And he is wasting no time. He doesn't want to mess around any further, as it is the co-captain Ryan McIntyre in the bullpen throwing to the original starter, Bijan Anvar.
But he'll bring in number 21.
First he'll bring in Ben Kerwin and see if he can avoid using McIntyre,
who we thought was in already before, but now Kerwin will come in. And we'll step aside and be right back on LMC Media.
Did you know you can watch LMC Media on your Roku in full high definition? Go to streaming channels and search for ScreenWeave. Install the Cablecast ScreenWeave channel. Look for the green icon. Open the channel, scroll to LMC Media, and press OK. Your device will remember your selection in the future. From within the app, you can watch all 3 of LMC's channels live. Or check out municipal and school board meetings, varsity sports, and more on demand.
Back with you at Manchester Field. The score is now 9-5 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Ben Kerwin now on to pitch for the Tigers. Liam Vasilescu is now at the plate, and he takes ball 1. Bases loaded. A grand slam will now tie it up as the lefty watches strike 1, 1-1.
Liam Vasilescu led off the inning, hit by pitch, came around to score the first run on this inning, and now he bats now in the 7th. The way this game was going, that was the last thing we thought we would see, is Scarsdale batting around here in the 7th. And it's 1-2 quickly.
Vasilescu swings over that off-speed pitch, now 1-2. So Scarsdale down to its final strike. See if they can stay alive.
Once again they are, because they were before.
And a swinging strike 3 will end it. All you have to do is touch the plate, and that will do it. So not the cleanest of endings for Mamaroneck, but they get the job done and finish the season at 17-1. You hear the applause from the Scarsdale fans as Scarsdale put up a great fight with a rally in the 7th to make it a game. But Mamaroneck comes out on top and will enter the postseason as the #1 overall seed, getting a bye and awaiting the winner of the 8-9 matchup, I believe, that will likely be Fox Lane. So hopefully we'll see you on Monday back here for another game for Mamaroneck. We'll have to check the schedule and see what teams advance and what the postseason looks like. We have so many Mamaroneck teams in the postseason and slotted for home games because they've all done so well. We'll have to figure out what games we'll be broadcasting, so check your local listings and check the YouTube page to see what games we'll have on tap. For Charlie McGraw, I'm Stephen Astis, along with Nick Gutierrez and
Jeff Radow.
Jeff Radow, right, in center field.
And Rob in the truck.
And our executive sports producer, Rob Moretti, and the executive director of LMC Media, Matt Sullivan. It's been a pleasure bringing you Mamaroneck Varsity Sports here on LMC Media.